So you've been at this credit journey for a while now, and lately your letters have been coming back verified from each and every credit bureau. Well, 9 times out of 10, you're probably using a template letter. And if you've been following me for a little while, you know I can't stand that. Stop using template letters. And to make matters even worse, you're just slapping any type of consumer law onto your letter thinking that that's gonna get it off because you saw it off of TikTok or you saw it off of Instagram or things of that nature. That's not how you're gonna get it off. But don't worry, I got you. In today's lesson, I'm gonna show you how you can construct your letter so you can remove anything from your credit report. So go ahead and grab your pen and paper, all right? And with that being said, let's dive in. Now guys, before we get started, I have to let you know of this quick tip. Please understand that the credit bureaus are constantly updating and changing how they're attacking credit inaccuracies and things of that nature. So with that being said, you have to learn to adapt to the new environment as well. The same thing that worked in 2019, it will not work in today's era. Does that make sense? Or sometimes even the things that we used to do 4 months ago won't work now because they're constantly updating, unlearning, and learning. Does that make sense? Because you got to remember, these corporations watch these videos too. So with that being said, you have to learn how to update and change your information as well. Because you have to remember, the credit bureaus use an automated system called eOscar. eOscar is nothing but an automated system that generates and pays attention and looks at every single dispute letter that comes through that corporation. And they're looking for template letters, they're looking for any signs of you using a professional credit repair company and things of that nature, because they don't like actually people using professionals on their behalf. Does that make sense? So with that being said, you have to unlearn and relearn new information on how you can attack the credit bureaus, all right? Just want to give you that quick tip, but let's get into the nitty gritty. All right, step 1, the first thing that I need you to do is download your credit report, and I need you to download it from identityiq.com. All right, I'm not trying to advocate for Identity IQ. You can get it from annualcreditreport.com, but don't get it from Credit Karma. Don't get it from your bank because they give you FICO 7 or anything of that nature. No, I don't need you having a stack list of your credit report and you looking through everything trying to figure out which one matches with which. No, with Identity IQ, they literally show you right next to each other with each credit bureau, what's inaccurate and what's accurate. So what you can do is you can click the link in my bio and you can get your actual credit report for $1. 4 quarters, that's all I'm telling you. Just go ahead and grab it so we can continue the process, all right? All right, the next thing I need you to do when you download your credit report, what I need you to do is I need you to search for every single inaccuracy or negative on your credit report. Anything that is saying delinquency, derogatory, anything like that, make sure you circle it so you know what you need to attack, all right? So when you start formulating these letters, you know what you're actually searching for, because you just don't want to send them a letter saying, can you remove this from my credit report? And they like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Because it's not their job. It's your job to actually identify, all right? So when it comes to the first letter, it should begin with the credit bureaus investigating any inaccuracies that you are bringing to their attention, i.e. Law 15 USC subsection 1681I. This is the consumer law that's going to tell the credit bureau that I need you to investigate this inaccuracy because it's inaccurate on my credit report. So I need you to do a deeper dive. That's what it is. So that's what I need you to do up front, all right? And of course, 7 times out of 10, they're really actually not gonna do it, but it's just the setup punch, all right? Everything starts with a jab before you start haymaking and actually letting off combinations. This is just a jab, and we just send them up with this, all right? And the crazy thing about it, they should have done this from the jump before they actually put it on your credit report, but of course they didn't. So now we have to do their job. But don't worry, it's gonna get easier. So the first thing I need you to do when you start the letter, it should look something similar to this. You should put something as similar as the name, the date, the address, and to whomever it concerns. Whoever you're sending the actual letter to, whether it's TransUnion, Equifax, Experian, or even the secondary bureaus. And you have to put to whom it may concern. You cannot send a TransUnion letter to Equifax. Please pay attention to that. This is why template letters are not a thing. And then when you actually set up the actual letter itself, you're just asking as simple as possible, asking to make sure that everything is complete and accurate. Something similar to how I have on the screen. All right. And also, just real quick tip, the reason why you're not going crazy on the consumer laws or using very special jargon or anything like that, because you want to sound like the consumer that's concerned about the credit report, all right? This is why you want to make it as simple as possible, because you don't want to get the letter back stating that you sound like a credit repair company. Now you just wasted 30 days, all right? All right, and the next thing I need you to do on the letter is I need you to add each and every account just like this, and telling them to update and or remove those accounts. You want to ask them, because you don't want to always ask them to remove the account. A lot of times they can just update it and it will still be a positive on your credit report, and then your credit scores will still shoot up to the sky. I promise you, you don't always have to ask them to remove it. And then what I need you to do to make sure that they know it's you, send a copy with 2 forms of verification: your ID and maybe a copy of a bill with where you live and your name with the address on it, all right? That's what I need you to do. It's going to show verification that it is you. It's not just some type of identity theft or anything like that, all right? Short, sweet, to the point. All right, and then as soon as you finish that letter, what I need you to do is go to the post office. No, just don't put a stamp on it and put it in your mailbox or anything. No, go to the post office and send it certified mail. And I know sometimes I get a lot of comments saying, you know, what certified mail? It's okay, I totally get it. A lot of people don't send things certified mail. Trust me, when you go to the post office and you go to the people at the front, they know what you mean when they mean certified mail. It means that you're actually sending something that is actually very important, and you're gonna get a slip back stating when it's actually going to arrive to that destination. And what I need you to do is hold on to the actual slip, because it's documentation stating that you put it on notice that you're trying to get things updated and or deleted from your credit report. All right, and now we're playing the waiting game. Only thing you have to do, you have to give the credit bureaus 30 to 45 days to respond. 10 times out of 10, they're gonna respond in 30 days. So about a full month, all right? So you have to just play the waiting game. And in that time frame, you should be sending off 3 letters to all 3 credit bureaus at the same time, so you know that you'll get 3 letters back at the same time, or at least a couple of days apart from each other. Not one a week and 2-3 weeks later. That's weird. All right, now you back. All right, let's say they responded and you got some of those negatives off. Congratulations, yes. But now you see that some of your actual negatives are still coming back verified. All right, it's cool. You're not out of the woods yet, but I promise you, you're gonna get there. Next, I'm going to show you what you need to do to get those actual negatives removed from your credit report, all right? Keep rolling with me, keep rolling with me. So based off this letter I'm about to tell you next and this next law, this is going to get it off your credit report, I'm telling you. Because it's the same thing that I did where I got things off of my credit report. So now you're going to use Consumer Law 15 USC 1681 I-7. I know it's a lot of jargon, but just hang on with me, I'm telling you. Now, what you can do from here on out, you can use this consumer law and form your next letter around it. And in the first line, you're going to state, can you please provide me a description of how you investigated these negatives? 7 times out of 10, they did not actually investigate anything. They probably didn't even send an email, I'm gonna be honest with you. So now you're putting them on Front Street. You ever actually told somebody you did something but you didn't do it and they asked for proof and now you were just stumped and you just had to come clean? This is what we're doing with the credit bureaus, all right? So when it comes to the actual letter, you're still gonna put the accounts the same way that you did in the very first letter, minus the one that you got off, of course, just like this. And what you're gonna do is in each part, you're gonna put that consumer law, right? Each and every time. Now they have to provide you on how they reinvestigated those accounts, and they have 15 to 20 days to provide this. And if they don't, they violated another consumer right of yours, giving you the right to have these updated and or removed. This is where the CFPB comes into play. And I'm telling you, it's easy as 1, 2, 3. So when it comes to the CFPB, you just have to, it basically teaches you and shows you what you have to do moving forward to actually complain to the actual credit bureaus. And if you need a step-by-step video, let me know and I'll make one for you guys. And if you follow these steps, you will get these negatives removed from your credit report. I promise you, I promise you. I went through the same thing with my credit report years ago, and it was super easy, and people make it seem like it's so hard to do, but it's really not. People pay hundreds of dollars to get this done, and I'm showing it to you for free, all right? I'm telling you, it's super easy. Again, remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. They're gonna get off your credit report. You just gotta hang tight and you have to weather the storm, all right? I wanna thank you guys for stopping by. Now, again, watch this over and over. Pause it, write stuff down. I'm telling you, if you follow what I just gave you, you're gonna get these negatives off your credit report. It might take 2 or 3 actual dispute rounds, but you're going to get it off.